Before the studio lights flicker to life and the cameras roll across the polished floor of the newsroom, Craig Melvin sits quietly at a small desk just beyond the bustle of the control room, reading the headlines that will soon reach millions. Yet in that early silence, his preparation is far less about memorizing facts and far more about steadying the human heart behind the voice. At this stage in his career, the weight of breaking news feels different than it once did. Years ago, urgency drove him. Now experience tempers him. Each morning he studies the scripts carefully, pausing longer over the stories that carry grief, a natural disaster, a community shaken by violence, a family suddenly facing loss. He knows that when the broadcast begins, his words will arrive in living rooms where people his own age sit with coffee cups and quiet worries of their own. Many viewers in their 60s have lived through decades of headlines, yet the sting of bad news never dulls entirely. Craig understands that responsibility deeply. He has learned that the calm tone audiences hear is never accidental. It is crafted in moments of silent preparation, when he breathes slowly and reminds himself that every story involves real people whose lives changed long before the cameras arrived. In those quiet minutes, a message often arrives on his phone from Lindsay, Czarniak, his wife, whose career in broadcasting has given her a special understanding of the emotional landscape behind journalism. Sometimes it's a simple note, "Remember to take a breath today." Other mornings, it's a longer reflection about a story she read the night before. Their conversations rarely focus on ratings or headlines. Instead, they revolve around something more enduring: how to remain compassionate in a profession that demands composure in the face of human struggle. Craig once told a colleague that Lindsay has a way of reminding him why the work matters beyond the cameras. When he returns home after long days, she asks not about the broadcast itself, but about how the stories made him feel. For viewers who have spent their own lives balancing careers, family, and responsibility, that kind of partnership feels familiar. It echoes decades of quiet support that many couples understand without needing to say it aloud. Yet the real test of Craig's preparation arrives on mornings when the teleprompter delivers news no one wishes to read. A sudden tragedy somewhere across the country, a farewell to a beloved public figure. In those moments, he remembers advice he once heard early in his career. Never forget that the people watching are living the story too. So he slows his delivery, softens the rhythm of his voice, and chooses words with the care of someone speaking directly to a neighbor across the table. It's a subtle difference, but audiences feel it. Many viewers in their 60s grew up in an era when news anchors carried a quiet dignity, and Craig has gradually grown into that tradition. The calm demeanor they see on screen is not a performance, but a discipline, the result of years spent learning when to speak and when silence communicates more. Behind the scenes, producers rush, graphics shift, and breaking updates arrive without warning. Yet Craig remains steady, his voice measured in a way that reassures viewers that even in uncertain moments, clarity still exists. He often reflects on how strange it is that the most visible part of his job lasts only minutes, while the emotional preparation begins long before sunrise. On difficult mornings, he arrives earlier than usual, walking slowly through the nearly empty studio hallways, absorbing the quiet before the storm of production begins. Those moments remind him why he first chose journalism, not to chase spectacle, but to help people understand the world as it unfolds. Lindsay sometimes jokes that he carries the day's headlines home even when he tries not to, but she also knows that his dedication comes from a place of respect for the viewers who trust him. Many of them have spent their own lives working steadily, raising families, and facing hardships that rarely appear in headlines. When Craig speaks to them through the camera, he imagines those stories sitting quietly behind their eyes. That thought shapes everything about the way he delivers the news. It encourages patience when the story is complex, empathy when the news is painful, and humility when the moment calls for reflection instead of certainty. Over time, this silent preparation has become a ritual that anchors him more firmly than any script. The coffee cup beside his notes grows cold as he rereads the final lines of the broadcast, not because he doubts the facts, but because he wants to honor the lives those facts represent. And when the countdown begins, 5, 4, 3, Craig straightens slightly in his chair, hearing Lindsay's gentle reminder echo in his mind. Take a breath. The camera light turns red, and in that instant, the quiet preparation dissolves into calm authority. Millions of viewers see only the composed anchor delivering breaking news with clarity and care. But behind that calm lies a lifetime of discipline, empathy, and the quiet partnership that steadies him each morning. For the audience watching from homes filled with memories of decades past, that steadiness matters more than they might realize. It feels like a familiar voice, guiding them through another day of uncertain headlines, proof that integrity, practiced quietly and consistently, still has the power to bring calm to the most urgent moments.